Hello everybody, Glitch here, aka the original card game for the win, and I'm going to show something a little bit different. The Friday Night Magic this week was a bit of one of those times where they was just doing, well, show whatever event you were in, so I kind of investigated a new format that they've got out, and it's what they call Jumpstart here, and it's a bit different. From what I understand, there is a physical version as well, because you're basically selecting a couple of kind of like mega packs and slamming them together to form a deck. I know that might sound a little like different, but it is. It's something new that they came up with, so I'm going to kind of show you what I found out before about it. I'm going to do maybe, I don't know if I'm going to do a full run or not, because this can get pretty chaotic in its own unique way. I'll just go on for a little while. And one thing is, in terms of MTG Arena, as this event is here, it's where you can re-enter any number of times. Just pay whichever gold or gems, and then you can do a whole other event run. And if you get a couple of wins, you can get a couple cards. They're going to be rare and from Jumpstart, which includes a lot of historic cards as well as some totally new ones. You may also get some of Core Set 2021 included at this time. Anyhow, I don't know if they're gonna do that in the future with whatever core sets around and continue the format, but we'll see. We'll see. This is an experiment, to say the least. And in terms of the event here, it kind of makes it easier to show how it works. As it's kind of saying up here, when you join the event, you'll get to select two different half decks from a variety of themes. Combine them and you'll have a deck that's ready to go. You'll keep all the cards from your deck, including the special basic land styles for each theme. Now, whenever you resign, you will keep whichever cards you've already got out of these as well, plus whatever ones you've kind of got from your selection. But you can rejoin to do the whole thing over again, get whole new picks for your themes, etc. So it's two themes for each deck that you make this way. Also, you'll see a little add this deck to your decks thing up here whenever you do this, if you're in the middle of the event. You can resume, you can kind of play after your wins, but it's better to kind of, after you've already got the two cards, which will be either rare or mythic rare, and from Jumpstart, as I said before, then it might be better to re-enter entirely and just get more. And might I add, 2,000 gold for as many cards as you get from this event, in my opinion, is pretty worth it. I mean, a pack's usually around 8 cards on MTG Arena, and 1,000 gold you go with that, but you get way more cards than that for this event. Plus, you get your bonus cards here. I mean, just entering the event is a lot of cards, so I'd say this is a good value for 2,000 gold. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to choose packets, and this is where we get our packets to choose from. Now, they will be random each time, and I've gotten Legion before. And you see Pirates is from some previous sets, so as I said, some of these are from historic sets, and they're all legal in historic play, as well as what they call eternal formats doing physical. So that's something that they've said for both things, is basically if you're going historic style, it's basically going to be considered where these cards are considered to be eternal unless stated otherwise. So I'm going to go with Devilish, so Vampires would be a good one. Am I going to go red-black here? I mean, they've got Doctor, Devilish Doctor. That could be weird. Heavily armored. Maybe. Vampires. You know, I'm tempted both ways here, because I know I'd like to play some more black and some more white both. So either way, my other picks are definitely going to be something special. I'm not really leaning heavily armored right now. I'm leaning either Doctor or Vampires, but just for the sheer memes, both of these are awesome. Like Devilish Vampires or a Devilish Doctor. I mean, the themes here are, it's a hard call, but in terms of one of the things I'm definitely after from this new set, and I have looked at a lot of the things available, I've kind of got to go Vampire. And then we'll see where it goes. Now, I've just mashed them up before even looking into it. So the deck's already ready, because they include like whole droves of cards each. But now I can expect my deck and show how it is. Yeah, we have firepower here. Lightning Core Excavator. Something tells me that one's going to be sacked. Child of Night, classic. Last gasps. Gifted Aetherborn. Man, I am feeling nostalgic for some of these cards because I was playing them with Magic Duels. My Gifted Aetherborn totally carried me more than a few times, so this is great to see it in here. Shane Brute, Hobble Fiend. So that's from 2021, so just showing. Torch Fiend. Ooh, did I get... I got a legend here. Let's see. Drana, Liberator, Malker. Oh, Mythic Rare, Legendary. Sweet! I don't know if it's the same each time, so just saying Vampires is probably a pretty good run. Flying First Strike, and whenever it deals combat to a player, you get a +1 counter on each attacking creature you control. Yikes! That's gonna be awesome. Let me see here. Oh yeah, I'm getting the vampire vibe is very strong here. Plus we have devilish, devilish, darn lips, devilish power. I've gotten this card in another way too. Brash Taunter, he's indestructible. Just little bitty goblin is indestructible. Reminds me of. It reminds me so much of Squee the Immortal, being one little goblin that's just mysteriously immortal. Just can't die. Oh, the Gloom Sower. That thing is nasty. Oh, another thing that's going to be special are these special thriving land cards, so to speak. Because each one is whenever it enters the battlefield, it enters tapped, but you also have one dedicated mana for it, and one that you choose on entry. So we'll see if that shows up during the fight or two. I go in here. I got Thriving Moor and Thriving Bluff. Thriving Bluff is with red mana plus whichever you choose, and Thriving Moor is black. I've gotten Thriving Moor before, because I had one that was Legion plus minions. That was interesting. Okay, so you can resign, you can add to decks. I mean, the expression on that guy is hilarious. So let's just play a match or so and see how this works. I'm just going to show how this goes and see if I can spot anybody else using particular things. Like, maybe they'll have one of my picks, maybe not. We'll see. Again, it's a quickie map-up. Sleepy Piplup. Okay, somebody is a Pokemon fan, I believe. Okay, I can play a lot of this off the mana I've got. Also, when playing in this format, you apparently get a free mulligan. Kinda like whenever you're playing Brawl. I'm sorry, whenever I'm in this arena, I just gotta mind it. Get in some life. Torch Fiend. Now get in the Hobble Fiend. I will say hello. And mine. Mine like you mean it. Ah, nice little bag. What politer players of these current age of things? A Frightmare. Well, it's gonna be interesting. measure that effect myself with a quick steal. Because I can always attempt an active semi-classic card. Main twist is simply that it's apparently in this format. Yeah, they're going, nice. Into my turn, thank you. Do I have enough to... that one, yes. Ooh, Teleran, Sky Summoner. He was one I previously got from one of the Brawlers Guild Hall events while they were still doing those. But he's also apparently in this variation thing, so we'll see here. This just seems to be running on a theme. I'm just stealing his creatures. I would like to choose a red and play this card. We have breaks. Not quite. I do have a slight issue with that being in my way. We'll see about that, because I have a lot of life to go through. Let's see if we stare at each other for a while. You see, he got one of those in with called blue, so that was that. We got telecommunication, so more drakes will be showing up possibly. Maybe. We'll see. I gotta block it this way before we block it the other way. Okay. If you do, I steal a bit of life. Block you. Got a couple things here. I'll return a couple of creatures from my graveyard. You'll be sacked. lots and lots of drakes due to Talrand. But yeah, his special effect is whenever you play a sorcerer instant, you get a 2/2 blue flying drake creature token, so you can see how that added up very fast. There's a reason why I got that card whenever I had the opportunity. Either way, I'll play through the event until I get to the end before swapping, but we'll see if I can do that by the end of this video or not. I may run things a little quick this time. Okay, let's see here. Although darn lips, boy, this thing formats tends to give you a pretty generous amount of land, let's say. This is what I'm doing. Thriving more, it adds black guaranteed, and you pick which color you'd like to do otherwise. Be problematic in this format because we don't have many cards as you could otherwise select, because you're like guaranteed a deck of a certain size. So since you can't really pump your numbers to be safer from milling, that is very bad. Slight side effect how this works. What if they got a whole milling machine? No, this'll work. Gulp. Well, there's reasons why I've gradually grown more into vampire decks, is because you get lots of lifelink and life-draining type stuff, and it's good to have a meal once in a while in the middle of it. It's a blighted bat. It's a very big brood. Yeah, that'd be good for a finish. I'll go ahead and attack with my Torch Fan. Curious whether they'll block it or not. So it would be probably better for them if they kept the bat and just let that attack. Because they need to be able to block when they're ready. See, I've got about 8 points of attack between the three of them. Plus 3 damage. They're resurrecting the creature. There we go. Yeah, it powers up all zombies, and this is a zombie bat. they realize they're a little bit corny. Okay. Yep. No, wait. Okay. There we go. Just basically that thing would only really attack once or twice, depending on how you work it. They can't reassign a blocker, so therefore, since they didn't block it with this is just getting through. Yeah, the milling is strong in this format. I will pet the dragon while I'm milling. By the way, the doggo I could have gotten, which I think this guy, is no longer available in the store, so that's not a problem. I was pondering it. They had a good doggy, but just didn't really have it in time. They don't really keep their pet deals in store for very long. Wow, they got everywhere. Stuff. And there can be different rarity levels even within a theme, so that can factor in. So they got really lucky here. Oh, they went for the draw. So they're trying to mill me out because this limits you so much in your deck size. Like, got 15 left and they've got 25, so that's definitely bad. Usually it's the other way around for me because I do have big decks. So, yeah, this is an unusual situation that's kind of rare for me, by like a long shot. I would definitely not be able to pound him down in time, so I'll definitely need to concentrate on my opponent's health rather than the planeswalker. That's like a definite thing. I've, on the other hand, have a lot to say. Oh, really? They do have some decisions to make. I don't have an artifact to destroy. Okay, gave me that one because I realized they were just cornered. With the amount of life I had left, it was a little ridiculous. And let's see what card I've gotten is my bonus card. Whoa! Yeah, I did get enough experience to get that, so... Other opening, and this one's gonna be a mythic rare, I can tell by the aura. Blue color... Okay. Pay 1 black and tapper. Sacrifice another creature. Create X 2/2 black zombie creature tokens, where X is the sacrifice creature's power. That is very interesting. So you can just get a boatload of zombies, and if you were to sack another one of the tokens, you would get 2 more tokens. So the number of zombies would just keep growing here. So let's I can go back to the... Oh wait, did I get like a bonus pack? Or did it not know how to do this? I'm not sure what just happened there. Did I get 2 packs or 1? I'm a little confused because it showed the pack with 1 set, then it threw me another one. I'm not sure. Did I get 1 or 2? I'm not sure. Okay, I got 2 kills. I'm playing red, so that's gonna pump up quickly. Let's just see what I got out of this. Then I can kind of end it there because you kind of got the gist of it. Oh, speaking of mythic rares, mythic rare time for me, so I'll have to think of what I want to do with that one. Got some good stuff recently in that. Experimental Overload from 2021. Awfully Denial. Rousing read. It's a very rousing read. The Gloom Sower is very dangerous. Containment Priest. Okay, so I got 3 first times out of this, and you can always trust opening packs for telling it if you've got the first or not. And as I said before, I think they've cleared that up otherwise, so you can kind of trust the game currently. With, like, right now, as of this moment, you can always tell whether it's a first or not, regardless of how you're getting it. For a while, that was not true. Flash, if a non-token creature would enter the battlefield and wasn't cast, exile it instead. So that keeps things very away from, like, re-entering the battlefield from another way, like special ability where you can return something to the battlefield directly from the grave. Then that would kind of negate that. So you can see that being a thing, although that still would not work on Squee the Immortal. I know I've mentioned him twice now, but he's an awesome little guy that I'll be playing in Historic for quite some time because he's cool. His special ability is just one of the most ridiculous yet perfectly worded ever. You may play Squee the Immortal from the graveyard or from exile. Yeah, he basically just never stays down. You just recast him. It's not an ability where he's returned to the battlefield. He is, in fact, cast each time, so that would not work against him either. He's almost unstoppable. And I love the little guy for it, so that was cool. Okay, now I'm going to go to decks. And, yeah, I'm building a couple of interesting decks right now, so Simic Evolution is cool. Because I'm doing some Simic stuff. The other colors are, other than blue and green, are from multicolored cards that just happen to be castable in that format. Now, just kind of show how this whole collection goes. Let me click off there. But yeah, note these things that have either 2021 that I just got the pack of 2021, so probably not the best way to say it, but let's just go over some of the things that I got other than those. Like I got Thriving More, and as I said, I'd gotten one before. No real need to prime that, just happened. Child of Night and Gifted Etherborn, both from previous sets. Last Gasp, that's entirely new. This version of Drana is definitely new. Like, I think this may be, like, initialized for Jumpstart. Couple of Nocturnal Feeders. Silver Smoke Ghoul is interesting because you can kind of keep returning them from the graveyard to the battlefield, which, again, that one thing would just get rid of. And you can stack them to draw cards, so it's an interesting alternation. Agonizing Siphon was from some previous sets. It's now basically designated as an eternal card because of this, how they've mentioned this format. Bloodbond Vampire. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on Bloodbond Vampire. I've seen that in previous sets before, like in Magic Duels. So yeah, I know that period keeps coming up too. A Falconwrath Noble. Not sure. I think that one might be new. It seems to be workable. Mark of the Vampire. Classic. I have seen that previously in Arena. Sanguine Indulgence. Yeah, that's a new one for me. Cool Colored Gisa. Again, one of the mythic rares I just wound up getting, which was awesome. In her case, just ridiculous amounts of zombies. Of course, sometimes that's how you do black. It's just ridiculous amounts of zombies. That was my third Gloom Sower, actually. That's interesting. Thriving Bluff. That's my first of those. And the thing is, a quick mention here. Jumpstart, although playable within this event, is not playable in Standard unless, as the old rule goes here, if it's been reprinted into something that's considered Standard, you can have it that way. Also, basic lands count as basic lands regardless, and it's just difference in art style. So, things like that. Chain Brute, Alphane, Torch Fiend, new. And I have just so many cards I got in that run, as you can see, just huge amounts, of many of which were devilish cards. So I went to a very weird theme there. Kind of. Not really. As you can see, I did know that was my second Brash Owner. That was my first Havoc Jester from 2021, really? Okay. Burn Devils, Experimental Overload, that artifact creature golem that I did not get to play, and then into my other cards. Like the Thriving Heath, this was one that I got before from a previous run of that. So you can kind of see where that goes, and just how much cards you're getting for that value is actually pretty high. Like whenever I go through my quests for between these, I'm definitely going to get enough to do that event again, and I probably will, but I'll be partially getting these from the event, so it's going to kind of feed Floop itself pretty well. Anyhow, I'll be logging off for now, because that kind of showed you the basics of how this is working, and it's crazy new format. So, hope to hear from you all later. Bye for now, everybody, and remember, MTG forever.